Hi guys, and welcome to solving quadratic equations using the quadratic formula. So the big basis of this is the quadratic formula right here. So it's x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And this is a very, very important formula that you really need to memorize. But it's kind of hard to memorize because there's a lot of kind of weird stuff going on. So one really helpful way to memorize it is by singing it to the tune of Pop Goes the Weasel, okay? So it goes something like this. Negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Alright, so if you sing it, always helps a little bit with the songs remembering exactly what it is. Alright, so let's try to solve this. And this is going to be an example that's going to give us two real solutions. Okay, so we're going to look at our equation that we're given, and it's of this form right here. ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So a is going to be 2, b is going to be 3, and c is going to be a negative 2. Okay, because of that minus right there, c is going to be a negative 2. So let's go ahead and plug it in. We're going to get that x equals negative b, so that's going to be a negative 3, plus or minus the square root of b squared, so that's going to be 3 squared, minus 4 times a, so that's 2, times c, and remember that's a negative 2. Okay, so you've got negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, and then it's that whole thing over 2a. So that's going to be 2 times 2, okay? This 2 right here and this 4 right here, they just come from the quadratic formula itself, okay? They are never going to change no matter what your equation that you're given is. They are always going to be a 4 right here and a 2 right here. The other numbers are going to change depending on your equation, okay? But these don't change. These are just from our formula. So let's now just go ahead and simplify. So we get that x equals negative 3, and first we simplify inside the radical sign, okay? So 3 squared is going to give us 9, minus 4 times 2 is 8, and then 8 times negative 2 would give us negative 16. So it's going to be 9 minus a negative 16. Okay, so that's simplified in the radical, and then we can also simplify the bottom here. We can just go ahead and do 2 times 2, which is 4. All right, next we just finish simplifying it. Okay, so we're going to have that x equals negative 3 plus or minus the square root of negative 9 minus negative 16 is the same thing as 9 plus 16, so that's going to give us positive 25 over 4. And then we just simplify this down one more time. X equals negative 3 plus or minus, and then the square root of 25 is just 5. So we've got negative 3 plus or minus 5 over 4. Okay, so at this point we want to break it up into our two solutions, okay? So the first one, right, we break it up into our first solution. We're going to get that x equals negative 3 plus 5 over 4. So negative 3 plus 5 is 2, and 2 over 4, so you get 2 over 4, which simplifies down to 1/2. Okay, so one thing that x equals is 1/2. That's one of our answers, that x is 1/2. Okay, and then we are going to do the next one. Okay, the other one would be x equals negative 3 minus 5 over 4, and negative 3 minus 5 is negative 8, so we get negative 8 over 4, and negative 8 divided by 4 is a negative 2. Okay, so our two answers are positive 1/2 and negative 2. Those are the two things that x could equal in here, that if we plug them in, we would end up with a 0 right there. And those are our answers.